So you own property in your personal name and are looking to file an efficient tax return with HMRC? Hey, I'm Arch, one of the founders at Taxed, and we're a digital tax filing software, specifically making it easier for landlords to file their tax returns or their company accounts with HMRC. So whether you own property in your personal name or through a limited company, we've got you covered. We're an award-winning tax software and recognised suppliers to the NRLA. In this video, I'll be going through a few tips to help you reduce your tax bill as a landlord and how you can file your tax return with Taxed. And stick around till the end for a special discount. Firstly, remember to claim all allowable expenses. This reduces your taxable income and therefore the tax that you pay. Examples include letting agent fees, repairs, maintenance, insurance, gas safety certificates, replacement of domestic items, etc. And you can claim mortgage interest or finance costs, but this is treated as a 20% tax credit. Taxed will suggest to you anything that you can claim and handle all the tax credit calculations. And this links nicely onto our next tip. Remember to use up any losses or unused finance costs from a previous year. So review your previous tax return when you're filing this one. And if you filed with Tax before, you'll know that we automatically pull data from the previous year to pre-populate any unused finance costs or losses. And the third point is to review any property allowances that you have. So if your expenses are low, claim the £1,000 property allowance. Perhaps if you're a live-in landlord, you can claim the rent-to-room scheme, which is 7.5k as an allowance instead of using expenses. It's a bit easier to claim, there's no receipts needed. That's an option there if you're a live-in landlord, or if your expenses are low, claim the trading allowance. And if you're married, look at transferring income or gains to your spouse. You can sign a deed of trust to shift income to a lower earning taxpayer. Plus, transferring ownership to a spouse has no tax implications, so it's good from a CGT capital gains tax planning purpose when you come to sell the property too. A huge topic, but one to certainly consider, is incorporating your property business or looking at using a limited company for future property investments. This is great because your mortgage interest is fully allowable, especially if you are a higher rate taxpayer and you're getting hit with a 20% tax credit. It also provides you with flexibility in how you pay yourself and long-term planning. Separate video on this though. Remember that you can time your expenses strategically. For example, if you know that your income has been higher in the tax year, you could claim more repairs and maintenance and ensure that you get the work done. Or you could wait until the next tax year if you know that your income is going to go up. And in a similar vein, it's worth looking at tax efficient investments if you know that your income is higher in a particular year, things like pensions, venture capital schemes, etc. And the final tip is to prepare for MTD. Now this will require quarterly reporting to HMRC, which is a big change from the traditional self-assessment annual return. If you earn over 50k in your rental income, you will be affected from 2026. And if you earn over 20k in your rental income, you will be affected at some point, so it's good to plan ahead. Okay, that's the theory. Now let's jump into the tax filing. If you're a landlord, you'll be required to complete the SA105 pages with your tax return, as well as any other supplementary pages depending on your income. In this example, I'm employed and I have one rental property. Let me show you how easy it is to file with Taxed. So we'll start off at tax.co.uk and click Start for free. Then we'll go through some introductory questions, and this helps to build our personalised experience. And here I can select that I'm employed and a landlord. And once that's done, I'll be asked to create an account, and from this point onwards, all my progress will be saved so I can come back to it at any point. To start with, we have the employment section where we just need details from our P60, or we can use the HMRC integration to pull data that HMRC already have around our employment pay and tax paid. Now this part should be super easy because if you're employed, then tax should be already taken care of for you. There might be a few additional things that you can claim as you go through the tax questionnaire. Here's the good bit, the rental income. Now with Taxed, you can add multiple properties, but in this example, I'll just be adding one. And Tax feels like you're speaking to an accountant. It will walk you through your rental earnings and any allowable expenses that you'll be able to claim back on. So take a look at all the options that are available to you and check that against your spreadsheet or however you track your rental income and expenses. And remember that any expense that you incur wholly and exclusively for your rental business will be allowable. Landlords often miss out on travel to and from the property, especially if they drive their personal car. So claim the mileage if that applies to you. And as I fill this out, I can see the tax position at the top right of the screen updating in real time. Now we've got a credits and deduction section where we're able to see if there's any other reliefs available to me. Things like pension contributions, gift aid, venture capital schemes, etc. Now these cases may be more rare, however it's worth looking into, especially for the next tax year, and you can start to model your tax return using Taxed. Anyway, we'll jump into personal info. Now this final section just covers a bit of information about myself, my address, my unique taxpayer reference or UTR, and national insurance number. And then we're done. The tax return is ready. And tax provides me with a full breakdown of my tax calculation. So I can see exactly how much I owe to HMRC and REM, and I can also review the full tax returns themselves. And once I'm happy, I can click Submit to HMRC, and that's it. The tax return has been submitted. Now on my dashboard, I get 3 files. I get the tax return, I get the tax calculation, and I get a tax pack with any personalized tips that will help me save on my tax bill for next year. I hope this video helps in highlighting how easy it is to file your tax return using Taxed. At the same time, if you have any questions, feel free to get in touch with our team through the live chat or via email. We're able to help you as you go through the tax return in real time, or if you need more personalized advice, we can also set up a call with you. Thanks for watching and happy tax filing.